Welcome to the final of the Vans US Open of Surfing. Stephanie Gilmore taking on Courtney Conlogue here in front of a massive crowd on Sunday. Incredible just to see this matchup, talking about a comeback fight to form for Courtney Conlogue after spending most of the season on the sidelines recovering from her foot injury, and now back in a major final, and what a special experience in front of her hometown crowd. Well, she's taken on the giant, #1 in the world, Stephanie Gilmore, now into her 4th final appearance of the season. Has a lot of support from everybody around the world. Looks like she did get this final started during the break.
That's right, Stephanie Gilmore, the 6-time world champ, up and riding. A few lumps and bumps to contend with, keeps that board on rails through this flat section. Hammers a turn, good for a finish, tries to find another bit of open water. And she nearly rides out of that turn. You see Jadson Andre from the previous semi-final, perhaps putting the champ on the back foot there. So let's just see what she gets done on the inside section. Goes up for that last hit. And Jaddy, you got to pay better attention, my boy. This is the final of the Vans US Open of Surfing. You got to clear that lineup. Let Steph do work. Because
we actually had jet ski assist that year. Is that bombing? Courtney was just famous as a young kid, just going for massive closeout re-entries to take that monumental QS win. Also a QS champ at this edition of the event was Stephanie Gilmore, as she's just been locked into this wave, somehow keeping tabs with it. Now it's finally bottoming out so she can crush the finish.
So impressive watching Stephanie in that flat water, making something happen for herself, making sure that she's gaining momentum through to the inside. And then when it rears up, she's just able to kind of keep it tight in the pocket, complete that maneuver.
Using this backhand weapon.
That's right. Well, here she is, going to the backhand, using that bump to kind of project and propel herself forward. This is what impresses me the most, though. This wave absolutely dissipates. Finds form again on that shallow sandbank on the inside, and Steph is right there to attack.
Love that quick start. What was the challenge of going the distance on this wave?
Well, as you can see, Joe, this wave fades into nothing. So what Steph is doing is propelling herself all on her own steam to get to that inside section and to make sure that she's prepared when that wave stands up for her to just do that final maneuver.
Thank you, Kaipo Gilmore on wave number 3. Enjoying that perspective from the pilings, bowling up on the inside, chunky section, drills it. Late on the finish, so she goes down on the float. But I love how that bottomed out, met it with that speed and grace. 3rd score will be coming in for Stephanie Gilmore. 17:50 to go in the final.
A couple solid turns for Courtney on her backhand, and then Steph Gilmore, she had priority, so she elects to go right on this wave. Gets to work on her forehand, taps that white water. Now this wave starts to stand up, but really bowls up, so Steph has to stay low, gets that bottom turn. She goes for this 2nd turn on that inside, but unfortunately she goes down. I heard Capo say that the two ladies split the peak, so Courtney on her backhand. Let's see, this wave stands up. She throws a lot of spray. Big turn for Courtney, back into the white water. Her timing on her backhand has been so beautiful to see. Just lining up those sections. Is she going to shoot the pier? She stays clear of those pilings. So I think Lakey is going to want to come back swinging, especially after falling out in the quarterfinals here at the US Open.
10:40 remaining on the clock in the final. Conlogue with priority from the pier. Bulky section. Huntington Beach is getting behind her. S-ing her way through. That Tim Stamp surfboard looking incredible. Bowling up on the inside and hammers it.
To stay for that 2nd maneuver, but Courtney Conlogue, this board that they made in under a day to get into this competition is working so well for Courtney. So this 1 section maneuver just throws a lot of spray. She's going to add that to her 7.33.
Gilmore to answer. Steps on the white water, will just fade her way out of that decision. Now it's starting to bowl up. Fun section to work with. Gilmore floats it. Fits in a bonus section turn down the line. So Gilmore trying to improve on a 4.5. Courtney just backed up her 7.33.
Wow, what an exchange that we just saw go down. Steph Gilmore, multiple maneuvers on that wave. And And it really was a select few maneuvers that she was able to do that just gave her that quality score. As we see Steph Gilmore just getting a little bit hung up, if I'm critical, on that turn, essing through to the whitewater. We've seen her do this throughout the rounds, but this right here, making sure that she projects out over it so that she can get that second hit.
Checking out Courtney Conlogue's positioning right now, making a move. She'll be paddling into this left-hander. Nice clean mid-face bottom turn. Hacks it. Controls that section again off the top of the whitewater. Nice easy tempo and pace for the local. And she'll just channel that energy through the pilings. A tough fall right there, right by the pier.
It always makes me so nervous when I see these athletes shoot the pier. Courtney Conlogue, she's done that a million times. She's a local here, but still, that concrete does not move.
Let's see what happened to Courtney here.
Well, Courtney on her backhand, winding up this section. Great maneuver, just a foam climb there. The pier starts to loom in front of her. She gets a cutback and then just shoots those pilings. Just so much force behind her, so almost leaving a little bit of skin, I would have to say, on the sharp barnacles of those pilings, so just narrowly escaping.
Also then finally showing up at Karama. She didn't want to miss out on that high performance wave, but didn't get the result there.
Look at Courtney.
Wasn't part of the Uluwatu CT because she didn't get to surf at Margaret River. Getting knocked out in round 2 at J Bay, and now to this, coming back home. And Courtney Conlogue gets a major win here at the Vans US Open of Surfing, taking out world number 1 Stephanie Gilmore. How it feels to be home for Courtney Conlogue, a massive comeback to the form that we're always expecting from her.
What an absolute champion. Courtney Conlogue at her home beach in front of a home crowd on the comeback trail from injury.
And Steph just enjoying the moment with Courtney Conlogue. She knows exactly what she's going through right now, especially knowing what she's been through as well as a competitor. Gilmore now still getting a solid result. Lakey was going to be at least happy that Steph didn't get another big 10,000 points. So the world title race is getting very exciting. Courtney came into this event 16th in the world. That's going to be a big jump and playing a really awesome spoiler role in the title race.